There is a controversial type of BDSM play that can heighten the power gap, create intense sexual tension, and enhance excitement through emotional risk. Once you learn the basics of this kind of edge play, a whole new realm of erotic possibilities opens itself to you that you can choose to put on your kinky plate or pass right by. So hit that subscribe button and let's jump into it today. As much as I consider erotic humiliation and degradation to be forms of edge play due to the inherent intensity and risk, it's also important to note that these forms of play can and should be used on a spectrum, like a dimmer switch instead of an on or off switch. In other words, not all humiliation and degradation play has to be mean or cruel. You have the power as the dominant to utilize these forms of erotic play in a very organic way that suits both you and your submissive. Like in my newest erotic femdom audio, Bed and Breakfast. So go over to Patreon now and listen to 20 minutes of degradation, punishment, and more delicious debasement. And save 25% now through August 25th. In my experience working and playing with all kinds of different submissives throughout the years, I have seen that even the sweetest little with a praise kink can still find arousal and erotic benefit from skillfully applied humiliation and degradation play. How? Well, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what type of play to utilize in order to reach your desired goal as a dominant. Although there is a great deal of overlap between the two, humiliation and degradation have two different goals. Humiliation is about making the other person feel ashamed, foolish, and injuring their sense of self respect, whereas degradation is about reducing the other person's perceived rank, wearing down their resistance, and breaking down their will. Now, there's often a ton of overlap, but if I could sum up the goal of each into a simple line, it would be humiliation play seeks to create a sense of exposure and embarrassment within the submissive, whereas degradation play seeks to create a sense of inferiority between the dominant and submissive. As you can tell by the simple definitions, this play is definitely not for everyone, as there is a real risk of triggers and emotional wounds. That's why BDSM must be more than SSC or rack, and consent must be more than an enthusiastic yes. In my purview, consent is a completely mindful, willing, and uncoerced choice to say yes, and the ability to revoke that yes at any time without fear of repercussions. BDSM must be trauma informed and approached as a kinky buffet to truly be empowering for all parties, especially when it comes to more intense or risky paraphilias. But the plumb line of humiliation and degradation play is the same: a wider, more intense power gap. Many submissives crave these types of intense emotional play because it reinforces the erotic power gap, enhances sexual tension, and maximizes excitement through emotional risk of exposure. And for a list of over 250 degradation play ideas, 70 ways to deny and talk down to a submissive, erotic degradation audios, and more, go over to patreon.com/lxerotica to grab my new delicious degradation bundle and save 25% now through August 25th. And I would love to know whether you're a dom or sub, do you prefer erotic humiliation or degradation, and why? Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with a kinky friend, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.